Coming up on another solo show adventure.
How far is your mailbox?
It's like 3 houses down. It's like 3 houses down. And that's what happens when you live in Toronto. You drive everywhere. Like, you don't walk anywhere. So, yeah, I'm just lazy.
Stan welcomes Carrie LeBlanc and Francine Cochrane from the Pixie Dust Fans Podcast to the solo show guest host chairs. Keep your passport to fun and laughs handy, folks, because this one's gonna be a beauty, eh? The solo show, as always, is brought to you by Victor Naraki Realtor, serving Disney and the greater Orlando area with celebratingflorida.com and disneyatyourdoorstep.com. Realtor Victor Naraki makes living near Walt Disney World a reality, specializing in all the communities surrounding Disney. Whether you're looking to relocate or invest in a new property, maybe you want a vacation home for your retirement. With over a decade of experience in the area, Victor will adapt to your needs, help you find the right property, or get you the best price for your property. Reach out to him today on his website, celebratingflorida.com, or at disneyatyourdoorstep.com. Follow him at Victor Naraki Realtor on Facebook, and don't forget to tell him that the Solo Show sent you.
Hey, Statler. Yeah, what is it, Waldorf? It sounds like they're getting ready to do another solo show. You think there's any way we could talk them out of it? Yeah, I doubt it. All right, I'll go start the car. Okay.
Broadcasting from the Solo Studios, cleverly hidden in the back room of Doc Hopper's French Fried Frog Legs franchise. Say that fast 4 times. Here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, the center of North America, on this little planet we call Earth, this is The Solo Show. On this adventure, Stan welcomes 2 guest hosts for the price of 1. From the Pixie Dust Fans Podcast, Carrie LeBlanc and Francine Cochrane join Stan in the Solo Studios. We're going to have a lot of laughs tonight, folks, and hey, they're Canadian too. So now, please welcome your host.
Hey Ken, do you think you'd mind if I take a shot at this week's intro?
Sure, Kermit. Knock yourself out.
Now that I'm here, let me take this opportunity to introduce the Muppet Show's resident artist, Gonzo the Great, who will now eat a rubber tire to the music of The Flight of the Bumblebee.
Whoa, we don't have time for that, Kermit.
Okay then, I'll just say, here's Stan Solo, yay!
I love this job.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Solo Show. I am Stan Solo as always, and joining me today I got two guest hosts, guest chairs pulled up for the price of 1. I'm a happy man, that's for sure. Joining me today is, you know me and names. I should have confirmed this before we hit record. I'll never do that. Carrie LeBlanc, is that right?
You got it.
All right. And Francine Cochrane?
Hey, perfect.
All right. Okay, that's excellent. I very seldom get people's names right. I'm very, very bad at people's names. Do you prefer Francine or Fran?
Either one is fine. Either one is fine. I pretty much answer to anything.
Okay. And for those of you that are familiar with your podcast, you probably recognize their name or their voices. They're with the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast, and that's available everywhere you listen to the Solo Show. You can listen to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. And I recently subscribed to them, and I've been listening to them, and I went, hey, I got to get these 2 on my show because they're a lot of fun. And number 1, they're Canadian. I don't get too many Canadians on this show ever.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us, Stan. We're really excited.
I'm so happy you're here. And where in Canada are you from?
So I'm in Toronto. I'm in Toronto proper. Sorry? Yeah. Sorry. And Carrie is just outside of Toronto.
Yeah, just east of Toronto.
Okay.
So yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. What can people expect when they tune in?
Well, you can expect anything from serious, in-depth interviews and conversations to full episodes on where the best bathrooms are in the parks. We cover everything Disney and trip related, and we're really just 2 friends who chat about it every week. It's like our hour to chat about our love of Disney, really, and we cover everything and nothing, and our listeners can attest to it. Yeah,
and we keep it light and we keep it bright, and we always talk about what brought us Pixie Dust every week.
Okay, I want to talk about Pixie Dust because that's something that I'm also with the Grand Circle Tour podcast. The regular listeners to the show know, and we do a segment at the beginning of the show called Waltz Up, where we ask each other, what's up this week? And you guys do what's your Pixie Dust this week, which is kind of like always, it's a good news thing or something happy or something like that. So what's your pixie dust for today, Carrie? I'm putting you on the spot.
I love that because
I actually have some pixie dust. I'm quite glad you asked. Today I checked my email this morning, and I got an email from Walt Disney Imagineer and puppeteer Terry Hardin.
Nice.
Because I'm part of her Patreon. I'm one of her tribe.
Wait,
Okay.
I was thinking she reached out. Hey, Carrie, what's shaking?
I'm part of her Patreon, and so I'm part of Terry's tribe. And she emailed something that she drew, and it was 3 Muppets. So she just said a little gift to you, and it's just a drawing that she made, and it's Fozzie, Kermit, and Gonzo, and she's like, you can cut them out and make bookmarks or whatever. And so I replied back like, she's my BFF. Hey, Terry, thanks so much. But I was like, how cool is that? What a way to start your Monday morning. An email.
That is so cool.
From
I'm
Terry.
actually in kind of like Frank Oz. Once in a while, we'll send out emails like that because I'm part of like a group that he started, and every once in a while he'll send us an email. It's so cool. You get an email from Frank Oz, like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? It's like
I think
very random.
I would fall over if I got an email from Frank Oz.
Yeah. He's inviting us to a special preview screening of something he's showing or something like that. But he's also inviting like 3,000 other people at the same time.
It's all right.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Francine, what's your pixie dust for today?
My pixie dust is so I very rarely check my mailbox, but I actually got a little gift today from a friend.
I don't like paying bills, so I don't check my mailbox ever.
I really don't. I hate going to the mailbox, but it was a happy Galentine's Day from one of my friends. She sent me a little ring light. It's a Disney ring light that you clip on your phone, but it's like Minnie Mouse ears. It's so cute. Yeah, it was very nice. It was a nice little surprise in my mailbox. So
maybe you should check your mail more often then.
Oh my goodness. I had to apologize to everybody that sent me Christmas cards because I didn't check my mail until like the 3rd week of January. And then I had to post online and thanks for the gift, the Christmas card.
Well, sometimes people send stuff to both of us. And I said to Fran, hey, Fran, and I get something and I'm like, I wonder if this person sent the same thing to Fran. So I'll be like, did you send this to Fran before I tell her that I got this from you? And they'll be like, yeah. And I'll be like, okay, she's not going to check her mail till March. So I'm going to tell her to go check her mailbox.
How far is your mailbox? Like,
it's like 3 houses down. It's like 3 houses down, but that's how lazy I am. And that's what happens when you live in Toronto. You drive everywhere. Like you don't walk anywhere. So yeah, I'm just lazy.
Oh, wow.
Stan, are you going to tell us your pixie dust?
Yes, my pixie dust is that I got 2 guest hosts for the price of 1 today. I got you 2 on with me.
Aww.
We'll let that one fly. We say that's not.
Let's see
you can't use that one, but we'll let it go since it was about us.
Let's see if he still thinks that at the end of this interview.
Yeah.
I'll be like, dang it! I should have said the new pair of shoes I bought yesterday.
Yeah,
oh
no
my
kidding.
Gosh.
Okay, Carrie, I liked how you got those Muppets tennis shoes at not Winners, but what do you have? You have it's like Winners.
Yeah, what are they? Marshalls. We got them at Marshalls.
I know. I told my wife, I said, if you're in Marshalls or Winners, check that shoe section. You got to check it. She goes to Winners every week. And I said, check the shoe section. I need those Muppets. I don't care if they fit or not. I just want them behind me on the shelf.
Oh, I can take a. I think when I looked last time, I didn't see any, but I can take a look. If I do see them, I'll let you know.
That was a good price. Alrighty, we're gonna do. Normally we do 20 questions with, and then whoever many with the person. But this week I'm not sure how we're gonna do it on time, so we're gonna do a bunch of questions with the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast ladies. Is what we're gonna do today. So we kind of already talked about where you're originally from, so I'll scratch that one off the list. Are you originally from the Toronto area, or did you from somewhere else and then move?
Yep.
You're nodding your head. We're audio. They can't see you.
See, we both did that. It's like we don't know how to podcast at all.
This is their first time in the podcast, folks.
Oh my gosh. Yes, we're both pretty much where we grew up.
Okay.
Not far from where we grew up. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so how did you get into Disney? Who wants to start off? What was the spark that got you into Disney? Francine, let's start with you.
So for me, I had my first trip there in 1975 when I was 4 years old. So you can do the math. And that was it. My family fell in love with it and we started going every year. That was our family vacation. We'd drive down from Toronto to Florida. And I grew up loving it and it just continued. And then as I got older and started working, it was just the only place I ever wanted to go visit. I've done all the all-inclusives and that kind of stuff, but Disney just keeps calling my name. And now I go whenever I can. Like I haven't been in probably 6 weeks or 7 weeks. And already I'm like, okay, what's going on? I got to get there. So yeah, that was it for me.
And how about you, Carrie?
Lifelong story. I didn't go until I was in my 20s, and I went when I was in high school for a trip, but that didn't start the love. But when I was in my early 20s and I had a job and I could start traveling, we went, and I just loved how fun it was to plan, like every single little detail. And I thought, boy, this is fun. I want to do it again. So then I just did it again and again and again.
So you were in your 20s, like Francine, when her parents dragged her there as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she wasn't kicking and screaming, but they dragged her there. You went as an adult. So what was the spark that got you to go there?
Well, my sister-in-law, she planned a family trip. So we spent the year planning it or whatever, and then we did a few family trips together, and then I was like, I'm doing this myself. So then I started going, and I'm like Fran, as much as we can go, we go.
Yeah,
no kidding.
Yeah.
Except I like Disneyland a little bit more than Walt Disney World, just a smidge.
She's a Disneyland gal. I'm a Walt Disney World gal. So we generally have good heated discussions over which one is better, and they both have pros and cons. So we kind of just call it a draw.
See, like my favorite park is Disneyland, but my favorite vacation is Disney World, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yes, it does.
I prefer Disneyland over Magic Kingdom or any of the other parks.
Amen.
Yeah, but I do prefer Disney World. Like if I do prefer Disney World though.
Yeah.
So if they took
You
Disneyland,
get like a more all-inclusive theme park experience when you go to Walt Disney World.
Yeah, you got Epcot, you got Animal Kingdom, you got Hollywood Studios, you got Disney Springs. Disney Springs compared to Downtown Disney, come on. You can't.
Yeah, there's no comparison.
Yeah.
And all the resorts you get to go visit, and there's just
So this one's for Carrie. What unique jobs have you done in the past, or odd jobs, or something weird or different?
Well, my unmagical job, I've had that same job my entire career, so that's nothing too exciting. I worked you're Canadian. Do you remember St. Hubert's? Have you ever heard of that? The chicken restaurant, but you're from, I worked there. I worked in a pizza restaurant.
They used to sell the St. Hubert gravy in cans.
That's it.
Is that the company?
I've worked with chickens. I've worked with pizzas. I did a short stint in a donut shop. I've worked, at Yogan Fru's. I've worked in a bakery. When I was younger, I love working with food because it's fun working in a kitchen. There's lots of it's fun back there, like working with people and joking and laughing and, not having to do the serious stuff up front. So I always loved working in food services in the behind the scenes. So I don't think I've had anything too crazy other than just the normal stuff like that.
In the chicken gravy place.
St. Hubert's. It was awesome. And Swiss Chalet came to town, and bye-bye, St. Hubert's.
They have better gravy at Swiss Chalet.
I beg to differ.
Oh, that watered down stuff. Are you kidding me?
Oh, St. Hubert's is awesome.
How about you, Francine?
I've done the food thing. I've done, I did a Scottish bakery. I worked in there. I sold ice cream. Outside of that, I used to sell kids' shoes. So I spent a lot of time selling kids' shoes, and it was so much fun because I could wear all my Disney clothes and the kids would come in and, we could talk about, Mickey and Minnie and stuff. So that was fun. But
that is cool. I need a job where I can wear my Disney shirts all day long.
Well, see, that's perfect. When you're working with kids, you get to do that. My unmagical job, they don't like it when I show up for meetings wearing my Mickey stuff.
So we were talking about favorite parks. Francine, what's your favorite park?
Oh, it's a tough one because I would always used to say Magic Kingdom, just because it's where the castle and the fireworks and all that kind of stuff. But I gotta be honest, as I get older, Epcot's stolen my heart. I love going to Epcot and wandering around and eating in the different countries and wandering in and out of them. It's just, Yeah, I think it's got to be a tie. I think it's got to be a tie now.
Yeah, fair enough. How about you, Carrie? Land?
Disneyland.
Yeah, I figured as much. But there's no Muppet Studios 3D, Muppet Vision 3D at Disneyland.
Exactly. There's no Muppets
Hollywood
there,
Studios
Carrie.
was always my favorite park from when I went that first time when I was in high school. I loved it. Like it was my most favorite because
Stan,
of the
what's
Muppets and just
yours?
because I liked it.
What's yours, Stan? Disneyland?
Disneyland. Of Disney World, I would say Hollywood Studios would be my favorite. Yeah.
Now Hollywood Studios is pretty good now with all Star Wars, Toy Story, everything.
Yeah. I do miss the behind the scenes tour, but I do prefer Star Wars Land. I wish they could have kept the tour along with it. Alrighty, Carrie, what's your favorite Muppet?
Ralph.
Ralph, why?
I don't know. I'm a total cat lover. I love cats like anything. I'm cuckoo over cats, but ever since I was little, I loved Rolf. I think it's because he's funny and he played the piano and I played the piano and I always love music. So that's the only thing I could think. It must be because of that. And I love Grover. Like if we're going to talk Muppets overall, my first true Muppet love is Grover. Super Grover. He was my first main squeeze. That was my first crush.
Is it Ralph
Ralph's
a
a dog. Yeah, Ralph's a dog, and I love him so much, and I am so.
But you said he's a cat.
No. I said I'm a cat lover. Sorry, I'm a ginormous cat lover.
Okay,
I have cats everywhere. My favorite thing on earth is cats. Before Disney, before Muppets, but Ralph, for some reason, the dog is my favorite Muppet.
Women just like the musicians. That's all there is to it.
Maybe that's what it is.
I can't do squat. I have zero rhythm. That's why I Alrighty, Francine, what's your favorite Muppet?
So mine would probably be Gonzo. Gonzo and Pepe. I love the two of them together. They are fantastic. And the Muppets Haunted Mansion, I think like I could not have loved them more together. They are just fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome. Have you done any cruises, Francine?
I have Disney cruises.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Disney cruises. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been on every ship except the Wish.
Oh, nice.
I need to get on the Wish, but yeah, I love them.
I gotta say, the Wish isn't my favorite. I hate.
Oh no!
Yeah, I did the Wish Christmas cruise this year, and I enjoyed. Like, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed it, and I'm not sure if it was. I don't know what it was, but it was different. It was too different to me.
Really, I've heard the adult areas aren't as. They're not as accessible, or they're kind of spread out.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just the seats in the theater were uncomfortable. I felt the Star Wars Lounge was great. I spent so much time in the Star Wars Lounge. I had so much money in the Star Wars Lounge.
Oh, I bet.
But yeah, I mean, we had a great time. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not trying to discourage anybody from going, but I prefer the wonder and the fantasy. How about you, Carrie?
I have been on the Dream and the Wonder and the Magic. I haven't been on the Fantasy nor the Wish, nice. But I like the old ones. I like the Wonder and the Magic best. The Dream to me felt kind of like I feel the Dream it felt a little different. Like it just seemed like the floor plans of some of the public areas didn't make sense to me. So I don't know. I kind of felt that about the Dream, that it just didn't work for me.
That's how I felt about the Wish. It was like everything was in a weird spot. Maybe I just wasn't used to it because I'm used to the other ones. Like the elevators were awkward. I don't know, just everything. What's your number one favorite tip, Carrie? Disney tip. Sorry, your favorite Disney tip.
I don't know. Use a Disney travel advisor. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure.
That's a good one.
Yeah. You can contact your MEI agent anytime you want. And,
they definitely help you with all of your planning. So, because it's confusing, but I don't know, like make sure I don't know. There's so many of them. I'd have to think about it.
Oh, it's your favorite. That's How about you, Francine? I
think mine would be don't plan too much. So I think, it's important to have a good idea what you're doing. But, I love to tell people I can't count how many times I've been to Walt Disney World and I haven't seen everything. I haven't seen and done everything. So there's no way you're going to do it in a week. So relax and enjoy what you can.
It's funny.
Nobody ever listens to that though. That's the problem.
I think there's 700 Facebook groups getting everybody like all up in arms because they didn't get that one dining reservation. They think everything's going to be ruined, and it's so not the case.
Well, see, that's the funny thing is like I agree with that. I agree with don't plan too much, but at the same time I say make a good plan.
Yes.
Like
yes.
book your dining ahead of time. Don't show up and expect to get Le Cellier on a Saturday night, you know.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So do plan, but don't over plan.
Yeah, I think it's don't be disappointed if your plan comes a little off the rails. Like it really bugs me to be there and see people getting like so stressed out because something didn't line up the way they planned it out to be. And it just, you know, at the end, it doesn't matter. They'll still have fun.
Yeah. Like before the park reservations, I used to go and I would just, whichever bus had the shortest line, that's which park I went to that day. That's how I used to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Francine, what's your number one Disney bucket list item?
Oh, bucket list item. I would say I have a few, but the one that is on my list that's achievable is the 3-bedroom grand villa at Disney's Bay Lake Tower.
Oh, wow. Okay. An expensive one.
I want to stay there. When I look at those windows and I see, because it's the 2-story, with like facing the theme park. Yeah. I want to stay there just once.
Very nice. How about you, Carrie?
Once.
I'd like to go to Tokyo Disney.
So you're not talking about your Disneyland dinner?
No.
What about your Disneyland dinner that maybe Stan could be one of the people we invite to this dinner to help pay for this?
Why am I feeling used all of a sudden?
There's a dinner in Disneyland Carrie wants to do, but it's like minimum something like $14,000 and we need to have so many people. But yeah.
I'll just have Ken write a check. That will work.
We wanted achievable. That's why I thought the Disneyland, Tokyo Disneyland is achievable.
Yeah. What's yours, Stan?
Actually, Tokyo Disneyland is my number one. Yeah, that's my number
Carrie's going to be trading me in as a podcast co-host soon. You like Muppets? You want to go to Tokyo? You like Disneyland?
Disneyland over Magic Kingdom.
Okay, where are we at with? I think it's Carrie. Carrie's going first this time. Your favorite old school attraction?
Oh, Haunted Mansion.
Nice. Very good. Francine?
Yeah. I got to say probably Haunted Mansion. But if we go old school, then Mr. Toad.
Well, you can go Disneyland. It's still there.
Yeah. So there we go. Disneyland, Mr. Toad.
Yeah, for sure. It still counts.
Yeah.
What's your favorite new attraction? Francine's your go.
Oh, Mickey Minnie's Runaway. Yeah. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I love it. Yeah. Just the premise of going in the story. It's so cute. That's it.
Carrie likes to sing on the podcast all the time. You could sing a few bars. on the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. She's always singing.
She is.
How about you, Carrie?
I like Flight of Passage. That's my favorite new attraction.
Nice. I think we're at Carrie now. What's your favorite, or what would be your dream Disney job?
Oh, I have a few that I would, and they're not going to wow anybody really. Dream job, if I could do it now, or I could have done it 10, 15 years ago, I'd love to be a guide at Disneyland, not at Walt Disney World, at Disneyland. I'd like to be a guide. But my dream jobs, if one day I get to retire to a sunnier place where I can somehow, as a Canadian, work in the United States. See, this dream job can never happen because we won't be able to work there. I'd like to be the ladies that do the calligraphy on the Christmas ornaments, because I could do that very well. Or maybe I'd like to learn how to cut the silhouettes at Disneyland. You know how you go to the little shop on Main Street where you cut the silhouettes? I would like to do that. Oh, there's one more, but I can't think of it right now. But they're all artsy, where I just sit somewhere and write people's names. Married this year or whatever. That's my those are my dream jobs. They're not too crazy.
Very cool.
Realistic jobs. If I could retire to Florida or California and could work in the United States,
and you were allowed to work there. Yes,
that's all I need.
You get your green card or your dual citizenship, or there's all sorts of ways. Epcot.
I'm running out of time, I think, for all this stuff. But hey,
you could be writing on hockey pucks in Epcot, people's names.
Yeah. See,
I'll be 70 years old and I'll be in the cultural exchange program in order to live my dream of having one of my dream jobs at Disney.
There you go.
Bad idea, really. I think there's not an age limit on that program.
I don't think so.
How about you, Francine?
I used to think that I would love to be Tinkerbell, who flew during the fireworks.
Okay.
But I think the last time I was at the optimal weight for that was when I was 7 or 8 years old. So that might not.
Well, probably the optimal height as well, because that's the tiny window she goes through.
Exactly. So I think that one got scrapped. I'd love to work like a check-in at a resort. I would love to be like behind the desk as people are checking in and just starting their vacation. The Contemporary Resort, if I could. I would love to work there and just like as people are starting their holiday. It's so exciting.
Plus the Contemporary
But only
Resort,
the
they've got
people
those
that.
cool
But if
shirts.
they're leaving, you don't want to talk to them.
If they're leaving, I'm not interested. I only want to check in
for people that are excited and ready to be there. If you're
I just
leaving
want
and
to
you're sad or you've got some qualms about your stay, you gotta go to a different.
You got to go to a different window. What's yours, Stan?
CAO. Yeah. I
which?
want Bob Iger's job. That's
Okay.
Oh, go big.
I'm joking.
Go big, go home.
Go big or go home.
No,
I want to
actually-
watch
These
his
drawn
secretary.
ornaments and you want to run the joint.
Yeah, exactly. No, actually, the job I wanted to have is no longer there. There used to be at Hollywood Studios the writer's stop, and where they would sell the Carrie Cake cookies. Well, now they sell them at Starbucks, and I don't want to work at Starbucks. But I really like that writers. I was always these old guys in there selling bakery goods. It's now it's a beer store, so I don't know.
Yeah. That was a great little shop.
Yeah, I loved it, and it was so
Writer's
quiet, so relaxing.
Yeah.
If you could build your own attraction, what would you build? I think we're with Francine now, I believe.
Oh, of course we are.
Go ahead.
Of course we are. If I could build my own attraction, I don't even know. I feel like it would probably have to be something like cartoon and illustrative, kind of like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway, but maybe along the Star Wars theme, like to put us in a Star Wars movie, but like a sit down ride through, not like different from what's there now.
Okay, so basically Rise of Resistance, a track of Star Wars dark ride.
Yeah, pretty much. But I would like it if you got to meet Han Solo at the end. Like,
Yeah, there you go.
and he's in my brain because I keep seeing those Indiana Jones things, and
That's
anyway.
awesome.
So yeah,
You
it would
want a
be something
ride
like
that's just around Han Solo. That's
You
Yeah.
know what? They could do an attraction that is just all of his best characters. Like it could be like Han Solo, it could be Indiana Jones. Like they could just do a mashup of those. That would
The
be
man
good.
with the one leg or whatever, the one-legged man. What was it? Wasn't he a president on Air Force One once?
Oh yes, get off my plane. Yeah. He has iconic lines in every movie. Seriously.
Alrighty, Carrie, what are you
Need a
building?
lineup for that. The individual lightning lane queue for that bad boy.
Okay.
Although
Alrighty,
I don't
Carrie.
think there'd be a long line for mine any either. I just would like some more Muppets. That's my answer to everything at the theme park. So maybe not an attraction. Maybe a Mickey and Minnie ride, but a Muppet version or something.
Oh,
But I would
wouldn't
like
it
to
be
see.
great?
That would be awesome. Or just something where it's really interactive with Muppets. I always want to keep the Muppets alive. So just to get the younger generation to know who they are.
And where would you put this?
Oh, Hollywood Studios, probably, because that's where I think they belong.
And I'd say I put in
don't know.
Disneyland because they need something in Disneyland Muppets.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't
Yeah.
think there's any room there. But, yeah.
Well, instead of an
Disneyland,
Avatar
perfect.
area they're building, put a Muppet area there.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be great if they had like a Waldorf and Statler ride that goes through kind of like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway with those two, and then every scene was different Muppets. That would be fun.
See, what I would do would be like the Great Movie Ride, but replace all the scenes with Muppet characters. doing all the
nice.
scenes.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, which was the
Yeah.
original thought for Hollywood Studios when they were building the Muppet Vision 3D. They were also going to do an attraction like that, and it got scrapped after Jim Henson passed away.
Wow.
So, anyways, okay, next one's an easy one. Those ones were tougher. Now, who are we with? Carrie, your favorite snack on property?
Pretzel, traditional pretzel,
Pretzel.
all
Okay.
the way. Mickey
Is
pretzels.
that because of the first visit thing, or is there a story behind the pretzels?
I don't know. I just like pretzels. I don't like. There's all those fandangled cupcakes and fancy sweet things and milkshakes with donuts on top of them.
Oh,
but I
those-
just like a pretzel. I don't know.
Now,
Gary's pretty plain when it comes to those kind of snacks.
Like,
Right,
you
is-
put any other snack in front of me, I'm not going to turn it down. I'm going to thoroughly enjoy it. But I do love Just a plain pretzel with some mustard. No
What
cheese,
about
no
now?
hot
Is it
cheese.
a Mickey pretzel or the German Epcot pretzel?
A Mickey pretzel, a Disney pretzel. Doesn't have to be a fancy, authentic German pretzel. It just needs to be a pretzel.
All right. How
It
about you,
doesn't even need
Francine?
to be Mickey shaped.
Oh, and by
For
the
me,
way,
it's-
Francine, if your answer is turkey leg, this interview's over.
Oh no! Oh, those turkey legs. Ugh.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
no,
God.
I'm all about the cupcakes. The more icing, the better. All about the icing on a cupcake. Yes.
I,
Also,
I like how Carrie says anything but those stupid cupcakes that they get.
I know.
Oh,
We
Francine,
are
I love the
literally the opposite in all sorts of things. Like we always are. She wants the salty snack. I want the sweet one. Yeah, same. Yep.
Yeah. So just a reminder with the Odd Couple Pixie Dust Fan
We are. I'm telling you, we couldn't be more different, and that's why it works.
Okay, Francine, your favorite quick service restaurant?
Oh, Contempo Cafe.
Ooh, good one.
Hands down. Always, because that it has the regular food that you can get, but sitting there watching that monorail come in every few minutes is just, it's just priceless.
Good
Contempo
choice.
Cafe.
How about you, Carrie?
That's a hard one.
Hmm.
Well, I think and I go straight to Walt Disney World because I know everybody just wants to talk about Walt Disney World. I'd say for the food and for the experience, I like Docking Bay 7, right? That's what it's called in Galaxy's Edge. But at Disneyland and just generally, I like the Plaza Inn. You can't go wrong with the fried chicken dinner at Plaza Inn. People line up for the Plaza Inn chicken. So
I would have thought you would have said the what is it called? I was going to say the Bengay barbecue.
shows how old we are. The Bengal barbecue. No.
That's it.
The Plaza.
Oh, the Plaza. Okay. Agreed.
Okay.
Mhm.
Agreed. Stan, what's yours?
Quick service, it would be the fish and chip shop in England.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, Yorkshire
Nice.
Fish and Chip Shop, I think it's called. Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Francine,
those are
favorite
sweet.
table service restaurant?
oh, table service. I forgot about my trip to the Riviera last time too. That was a good quick service. My table service right now would probably have to be Steakhouse 71.
A lot of people say that. I've never been. I couldn't get in last time I went.
Oh, I think so. We went during one of our trips for D23 event. We were staying at Bay Lake Tower, and we made breakfast reservations there every morning. So we ate there every morning, and then we had lunch and we had dinner a couple
That
of
was your
times.
birthday trip,
That was
wasn't
my
it?
birthday trip. Yeah. So yeah, we ate there a lot, and the food is delicious. Like it really is good. I just wish there were windows. That's the only thing that I wish.
Well, they do say that variety is the spice of life. So
It is.
I'm glad
It
you ate
is.
there every single meal for the entire week.
It was a
We
little
did.
ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. It was crazy. It was. Yeah.
How about you, Carrie?
Carrie?
I don't like favorite place.
What about the California Grill?
It was
You
all
were
right.
like all about deluxe dining the last time we were there.
Well, I really like if we're gonna talk about where I think I've had the best meals is at Tiffin's and the when we just went to the Brown Derby, and I thought that was pretty spectacular. I don't know. I like a lot of them, but I don't know that I have any that's like my utmost like favorite.
Well, I feel like they would change often.
Yeah.
Like I say Steakhouse 71 because right now that's like all I can think about is that pull apart bread. But then I think about the bread service over at Sanaa, and then I'm like, what about that
Oh
one?
yeah, Sanaa's fantastic,
See?
and even that would
See?
probably be one of my favorites in the Boathouse at Disney Springs.
Oh,
But I think
yeah.
a lot of people
Wine
that go
Bar
all the
George.
time, they say Boathouse is their favorite, or they say Sanaa's their favorite.
But what about Wine Bar George? We had such a good meal
pretty-
there. Stan,
pretty
what's
tasty.
yours?
Yeah,
Maybe
mine's
you
actually
wanna-
Boathouse. Mine's the Boathouse.
Oh, is
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I'll never forget that first time we went, those fries. It was like, and it's funny when we went, I think almost everybody we were with had like burgers, and we're like, we're at the Boathouse. And, I don't remember, I might've got a lobster roll or something like that, but I remember those fries.
They
Yeah.
were good.
Yeah, Boathouse is so good. Okay, I think we're with Carrie. We only got a couple more to go, so we're doing good on time.
See?
You
Look
were
at
going
us.
to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. What is your costume?
Oh, interesting.
Well, I wouldn't have a costume because this isn't my problem. I only want to like go big or go home, but I never put the effort and the energy into making that go big or go home costume. So then I usually just buy a Halloween shirt.
Hey,
And,
it's not
and
as
call
hard
it a
making a
day.
costume as it is walking 2 houses to get your mail, you know.
That's true.
If could go
Yeah.
big, if you could go big with your costume.
Maybe like a character, like something from the Haunted Mansion, probably. Like I would love to dress up as, or I would love to something from one of from the classic rides, like either a Small World or Haunted Mansion, or even like Carousel of Progress. But I'd like to have something where it's maybe not exactly like, not the lady with the parasol, but like something so that when the people that really know, when they see the bits and pieces of it, that they kind of piece it together. That would be the best. Like where it's like, if you know, you know, but it's awesome because it's so themed, but you'd only know if you know. That would be my dream.
Carrie's going to go dressed up as a bride carrying a hatchet.
Yes.
How about you, Francine?
I think if I could go big and get a costume that worked, I'd love to go as Judy Hopps.
Oh, yeah, okay.
From Zootopia.
That'd be easy to bound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time we go, anytime when it's Halloween, I am bringing you a Judy Hopps costume. And you're going to wear it.
Well, we were in Disneyland last year for the Oogie Boogie, and we went all out. We had matching shirts with Mickey.
We didn't have ears.
We didn't even have the ears. We couldn't even find the ears. All we had were the matching shirts. Yeah, that was it.
That is good. Okay, so Francine, this is the last one. What is your go-to karaoke song? You're on a Disney Wish finally. It's karaoke night. What are you asking them to play?
Oh my goodness. I'm trying. I can't think of one.
Maybe we could say we would do a duet, but it would be a song. The song from Zootopia. That one.
People on the podcast can't tell because it's audio, but both Carrie and I were doing a little dance when we sang.
And I'm just sitting here stunned as they're dancing around.
These girls.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Try everything. That song. Yes. Yeah.
I think we do a good job with that. You and I at the mic.
Yeah. Yeah.
We close the place down because they'd be like, close the doors. Karaoke's over. Canceled for the night.
That would be us.
I picture you going up to the guy that takes the songs and he'll look up at you too and he'll go, yeah, we're probably not going to have time for that one.
That's exactly what would happen.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, Stan, what do you sing at karaoke?
Oh, I don't do karaoke.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
We could have answered it that way. I don't do karaoke.
I don't do karaoke.
I don't do that. Oh my goodness.
Take me back to Disney World.
Yes.
Have you heard of that? I don't know if you've heard that song or not. I'll play it for you.
No.
Later. I co-wrote it. It was written during the pandemic when the parks were closed. It actually made it did pretty good. It was a pretty good song.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That was hard during the pandemic. I totally get how that song could have been written during that.
Yeah. So I've been keeping score throughout this whole thing, and Carrie won quite handsomely. I'm joking. I didn't. She did.
For talking the most. For the
Carrie had more right answers.
She did. She did because they were Disneyland.
Yeah, and they were Muppets, and they were. Yeah. So the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast, it's available everywhere, I'm guessing, and you're on all the socials, I'm sure.
Absolutely, you can find us everywhere. Everywhere you listen to audio, and you can find us on all the socials. Carrie has her own handle at Muppet Crazy on Instagram. But yes, we're everywhere. Yeah.
So be sure to check them out and give them a review. But if you give them the review, only give them a positive review. 5 stars or more. Yeah. I have heard if you give a podcast 4 stars or less, that you lose a lot of battery life on your phone. So you don't want to give a podcast 4 stars or less ever. You only want to do 5 stars. It actually improves the battery health on your phone when you do that.
Nice.
So yeah,
wouldn't that be nice?
Do a 5-star review, improve your battery health, then go to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast, give them a 5-star review, and you get more life on your iPhone that way.
No, that would be awesome. This has been so much fun, Stan.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on. This was great. Any final thoughts?
Yes, we need to, nothing. Yes, we need to schedule time for you to come on our podcast, on the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. We were saying that Carrie, Carrie's such a Muppet lover, and I like them. Like, it's not like I don't like them, but it's not my thing. So it would be nice for Carrie to have a Muppet person on that she could talk to about Muppet. Yeah,
that'd be great.
So we're gonna make some time and have you over on our podcast as well, Stan.
That'd be
If
awesome.
he answers our email.
He might. Sorry, I didn't get it. It went to spam.
Yeah, I don't check my emails ever. Like maybe once every 3 months or so.
Oops. Yes.
Alrighty, Ken, take it away.
If you have a brilliant idea for a future edition of The Solo Show and would like to take your turn in the guest host's chair, then drop us an email at thesoloshow01@gmail.com. Tell us your idea for the show, and we'll contact you about a date and a time for you to join us. If you would just like to keep the conversation going or have a comment about a previous show, then visit us on Facebook at The Solo Show. All logos, sounds, and songs that are made by and for Disney and its affiliates are owned solely by the Disney Corporation and are not, nor are they intended to be, the ownership of The Solo Show podcast. We hope you'll join us for the next adventure on The Solo Show. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.
Well, it looks like they got away with another one. Yeah, I don't know how the CRTC keeps missing these weirdos.